What up, Chipper Chaps? This is Chipper Chap Chat episode. What episode?
96.
Oh, 96 already?
Yeah, dude.
You're not even on camera, home slice. 96! I am FooRay.
I'm Chamba.
And we are the Chipper Chaps who also chat sometimes.
Yes. Often, Chipper. Often.
I'm going to move it this way. Is that what's going to help? There we go. There we go. Alright. Now we're situated.
Yes.
Now it's believable. Now we look like we're at a convention.
Right.
Welcome to our table.
Welcome to the
Commissions are
room.
1,000 monies. Present them. Alright, so we got a few things to talk about that we did not talk about last time.
But because we didn't speak about it last week, more stuff popped up, and we're just going to talk about it now.
Why not? Why not?
First thing, I don't know if this is going to be legit yet, because there's really not much talk about this show in particular. It's the MegaCity 1.
This is the
Dredd. It's
right.
The series that's based on 2000 AD.
You were a big fan of the movie, right?
I love Dredd. I think Dredd was excellent. I'm not referring to Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. I'm talking about the Karl Urban film.
What's his character in Ragnarok?
I forget. He's a villain.
Right, I can't remember what it's called. It's like not the Destroyer, because that's Drax, but
That's
something
Drax.
like
it's
that.
something like that.
Like Scourge?
Scourge, maybe. That sounds right. I'm like, that's a Transformer. But
which, by the way, nothing like Destroyer. I was completely off if that's the correct answer.
But anyway, they do the same things. Anyway, he's in talks. Karl Urban is in talks to
I'm
play,
enjoying some edamame, by the
Judge
way.
Dredd.
I'm starting. Judge
This
Dredd.
MegaCity 1 show, which I would think is great if they do. I mean, honestly, at this point, recast it so that it doesn't confuse people, I suppose, because if
do you think they'll
Karl
use the
Urban,
same outfit, or they'll?
Because that's the thing. Like, here's they got two ways to go about it. They could either make it, I guess, a sequel to the film, or set, it takes place in the world of the film. I'm not even sure if Judge Dredd is going to be the main character of this show. We just know it's going to have the judges, and it takes place in the city.
How do you not have Judge
Right,
Dredd?
but the thing is, like,
How do you have Karl Urban not be the main character?
Right, but the thing is, if you do get Karl Urban be Judge Dredd, which he's down for, it seems.
Right.
I guess make it a sequel. Don't just like reboot it. I suppose if you're going to do it that way, follow through with what they established in the movie, which isn't a lot yet.
Right.
They can still branch out so much more, and with the technology that we have right now in terms of graphics and all of that, it could end up being like pretty dope.
It could be dope. I mean, we've seen what they're capable of doing on TV.
Yeah.
But do you think that they'll go like full, like there's a dead guy version of Judge Dredd, and like as far as
Judge Death and stuff?
Right.
They could, man. They can do whatever they want. Because, like, this is not. It's not based.
Thrones is almost over. Do you think they'd get Leah Headey back?
She died
in the movie, but that's only if this is
Right.
a sequel to the movie.
But even if this is a sequel, they can always find a way to get.
Oh yeah,
it
sure,
right.
why not?
It's MegaCity 1. That's the. I was just gonna get to that. This
What if she's Judge Death?
Tits.
Girl Judge Death.
Fucking tits. Do it.
Cool.
But because, I mean, people think Judge Dredd might be. It's I guess in an Earth-like world. It's not Earth at all, though. I mean, you've got the death judges. I suppose you've got.
It's a comic book. Still.
It's a comic book. You can still. It's fantasy.
Right.
It's all fantasy. You can do whatever you want.
Man, I feel like it would make it automatically feel different than all these other like future dystopian shits that we've been seeing.
Because I mean, they can do Mad Max style in a desert land, which I'm assuming it kind of is, because they established something in, like, if you saw the shots in Dredd of outside the city, it's just barren desert.
Right.
And they established that, and obviously, like, they touched upon that in the first Judge Dredd movie when he got banished. That one judge got like, you're out. He just wanted a desert. Here's a big gun.
Right.
Here's a big cable-like gun. Bugger off. And then he bumps into the judge, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I don't know.
Is that what you'd like to see out of?
Well, it focus on the city, but like with all these shows that we like, these genre shows, as they're calling it these days. Why not? Why not give it a shot? It's a different kind of futuristic.
Right.
Because that's what we like to see.
Any word on where this is going? The series?
No one's got it yet. No one's got it yet. Netflix, they said they were eyeing it, but it could easily go to Amazon or HBO or whoever else pretty much puts in a bid.
Where would you prefer it as a fan of the genre?
Well, I don't know, it's weird. Like, you say HBO, there's somewhat a prestige to it, you know? Netflix I dig because I got access to it. It'd be good for Amazon, but like, how much exposure could it get from there? Because most of the time,
have you watched any of the other Amazon series?
Couple. There's a couple comedy ones. They're good. Like, I like it. The production is good.
I'm curious about this new version of Tick once that's ready to go.
Right, like that's this end of the month, so I'm looking forward to that first episode. The pilot was interesting, but it seems like they did a lot more to revamp what the show is going to be. Right. But I mean, I like the pilot. He's good. I like him.
The pilot was directed by the creator of it, right? Or written by him?
Written by him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he also writing the...
It wouldn't make sense if he's involved in it somehow.
Okay.
But I like the look of it. It's definitely not... They're not doing what...
The suit was a big improvement.
Oh, yeah. The suit now looks like a modern superhero suit.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they're not going to do the show like they did back in the old school
Have you seen Man in High Castle?
No.
I think that's the one. I think it's where it's like an alt future where the Nazis won World War II and took over America.
That sounds really cool.
If I'm correct, maybe it's Russians, but I don't remember.
Right, but one of those.
Right.
Interesting. Is that an Amazon show?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, like, because the thing is, Amazon or whoever purchases this show is not funding the budget. They're just getting distribution rights. It's a British production, so most likely, if anything, it might air first in the UK.
This Dredd thing?
Yeah, it's a British property.
I mean, so.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, they can have... Because, again, if it gets purchased by, say, Netflix, it might be distributed Netflix International, for all we know, or somebody else might get the rights in the UK.
Like BBC over
right,
there,
like,
but it'll be Netflix over
right,
there.
Exactly.
Like they did with, what's that other Gervais one, where he's like a slow dude that works at a nursing home?
I forget what the title is, but, yeah.
Derek?
I think it's Derek.
It's Derek.
It's probably Derek. Yeah, like that one. That was BBC too, I think it was, but then it got Netflix. There's a couple of American shows that are unlike, I think, one of those like just cable networks, but I got it in Amazon Prime TV or something, which is in Australia, so it really depends where it gets distributed. But
what else we got on the list?
That's moving forwards, at least. It'd be great if Karl Urban was in there. Mar-vell is confirmed to appear in Captain Marvel.
All right. Is that going to be weird to have a character named after the company in the movie?
I think.
The movie's already called Captain Marvel.
That's why I think there's that. There might be that added pressure. There has to be that added pressure.
Because regardless of her actual position in the comic books, as far as where she
as
fits,
far as the movie canon, but the fact that the name
that
Marvel,
it's her name, it's gonna feel like
Marvel,
she's the poster child.
Right now, it's like, all right, because somebody's gonna exit, Iron Man's probably gonna exit. She has to take front.
So it's that pressure. She's named after the company,
yeah.
and the pressure of Wonder Woman just came out and everybody lost their shit.
Right. Again, I mean, you obviously heard our points on Wonder Woman. It's good, but it's it's not like my world has changed, kind of type stuff. It's a good film. Let's just keep it that. And people go, oh, it's better than some Marvels, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good though. That's fine.
Sure.
Let's just keep doing this.
I don't know if I agree, but
regardless,
it's fine.
It's good. Let's keep doing this.
Right.
That's all.
Keep that direction, momentum.
But yeah, I think there is the pressure of her being called Captain Marvel, and then obviously the character of Mar-vell, which is
very curious about that too, though.
Is that going to are they going to actually show that legacy? Is there going to be a previous Captain Marvel, which was Mar-vell?
They've been setting up the fact that the Kree are in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
For like 5 years.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything crazy.
We have the Skrulls in the universe now.
Yes.
I just don't know how we don't see the Kree-Skrull war. It's like the main thing that those guys are known for, other than Secret Invasion, and that's a recent story.
And that's gonna happen.
Oh man.
That's gonna happen.
Why else?
I think it's been plotted this whole time.
Would you even include the fucking Skrulls if it was not gonna happen?
But they did use the Kree briefly in Guardians 1.
Oh yeah, Ronan.
But that's one Like
that's one dude.
One dude.
But if his ship was any indicator
of how
what
powerful
the
the
his
Skrull
ship
is
was
gonna.
insane.
Yeah.
The
He
Dreadnought
had
or
one
whatever.
ship, right? And he was just a Kree. He was like a fanatic Kree,
Right.
basically. But I guess everyone of that high level Kree soldier would be as powerful as he was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume that the counter side, which is the Skrulls, would obviously be
Work the same. Yeah.
right,
Comparable.
right. So they'd be pretty damn powerful. As
Oh
this.
yeah. And
So-
they can, if they're anything like the counterparts that we know from the comic books, they might not be able to do it when they get there, but eventually they're going to be able to mimic the powers of the characters we know.
Right. At least the looks.
No, they're powers as well.
I know, I get that, but like the looks is a definite thing. So, in other words, anybody at this point could be a Skrull, which is what.
If you had to guess right now, if you had to put money on it, like put $1,000 on it, who is the Skrull? It's somebody we've seen already.
I like Bucky. I think it's a cool idea for Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it would be sick if it was like Black Widow. I know people would go ape shit if it was Black Widow. Could be like family, like extended. Like I was saying before, I said Pepper Potts. Let's just do Pepper. Pepper is a Skrull. That will change everything. She's the one that kills Tony. Whatever.
I want it to be Pepper.
Let's do that.
That's the one I want.
Let's do that. She kills Tony. That's this new era.
She kills Tony. That's
what I'm
ballsy,
saying.
man.
Hey, why not? That would change shit quick.
Mm-hmm.
People would like.
Question:
What's up?
do we find out there are Skrulls before we see Skrulls in Captain Marvel's movie? Like, at the end of Infinity War, somebody bites it. Do we see the person who bit it turn into a Skrull, and then you're like, what the fuck? Alright, continue on the Marvel Universe.
I don't know, like...
Because that will fuck with people.
How about if they
because
show...
then you're going to be paranoid, who's a Skrull, until we get to her movie.
I mean, they wouldn't do this, but... in the end of Ragnarok, there's no way we're going to see a Skrull.
Oh, no, man.
Ragnarok. Is that too soon?
Oh, yeah. I think the soonest...
The soonest is definitely
Infinity
Infinity War. Like, the first guy they kill, it's a Skrull.
Right.
They killed Tony. We were like, oh no, it's a Skrull.
Right.
So like, wait, how long
so
has
if that
he
wasn't
been a
Tony,
Skrull?
how long has he been gone?
How about if the whole time?
No, it wouldn't be the whole time. They're not going to do that. It'd be
No.
something like he disappeared before Civil War, and
Right,
it's been
okay.
somebody else ever since. It's not going to be somebody who was a Skrull.
It'd be interesting if it was pre-Civil War, so in other words, that conflict wasn't really him, it was a Skrull.
Right.
But then... Interesting, though.
I mean, but that's how it went down in the comics. Maria Hill would be an interesting.
Maria Hill,
I
but
just
she
don't
hasn't
think
really
she's
played too much of a
prominent
part, that's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be someone quite major
gotta
in
be-
the...
Gotta be someone that's close to them.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I mean, that'd be bloody nuts if it was Nick Fury. That would be so nuts.
It'd be nuts.
Because, like, if it happened right after...
But he's also been gone a lot.
That's why.
So maybe next time we see Nick Fury,
It's because he's
it's
like
not
this.
Nick Fury.
Oh, okay. But that's like...
He's been gone for a
Technically,
minute.
anybody could be it at this point.
I mean, anybody can, but that's kind of the point.
No,
of
they
it.
shouldn't. But yeah, I think Pepper would be fun.
Pepper would be
I like
cool.
that one because it's fun. I don't know if, that's very ballsy.
Rhodey is the one we were laughing
Yeah,
at.
we were laughing at Rhodey because it's like, how did you not notice how
Yeah.
he looked different? He's not even the same color.
No, not even close.
Different shade.
Mm-hmm.
Look how tall he is. Look how short
Different
he is.
silhouette.
Yeah, everything. Sounds different.
Yeah, very, very
So that
different.
would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a nice, like, end of credit type.
Who else in MCU has been recast? There has to be more. Oh, Hulk.
There's no... They can't do Hulk.
I'm not saying that
Yeah,
he would be it, but he.
How about General Ross?
I have heard theories that it could be General Ross since he like re-popped up recently.
I think that would be... But then, like, would that cancel if we ever get, like, a Red Hulk? And not that we would.
I mean, maybe that would be his way of like copying the power set.
I guess. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's... Well, he wouldn't be red. He'd just be, like...
Scroll.
Skrull.
I don't know, man.
Skrull.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know on that one.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it would be interesting to see who's gonna eventually be
Somebody
pointed out.
somebody.
Yeah, someone.
What else we got?
Do you think more than one person though?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alright, what else we got? Alright. Let's do the Disney thing first.
Okay.
So, Disney recently said... Disney recently said they're going to start pulling their films out of Netflix so that they can start their own streaming service.
How do you feel about that?
Interesting. Because there's basically two minds that I'm looking at this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if they pull out of Netflix, does that mean all of their TV shows are just some films, or all their films, everything Disney catalog?
Right.
Which, depending on how much the Disney actual stream costs, I'll probably just pay for that anyways.
I don't know, man.
Depending. But this could also be interesting because, like, for the Disney stuff, there's a lot of shit that they don't have on
Netflix,
on anything. If they just have it available for streaming, why would you bother pirating if it's already there?
But also, why would you bother buying it?
That's true. They love their money.
I think that's why they're taking it off of Netflix.
Their money.
But
like, then how much are they going to charge for
if you want to stream, you can stream through us, $15 a month.
Just for what? It's got to be something special, man. How about if they throw in like all the Disney Network in there, the actual, because that's already on another cable platform.
Their XD stuff,
everything Disney.
Sure.
Oh, how about if they'll never do that.
Is that worth an extra $15 a month to you?
Maybe.
How often are you gonna watch any of that shit?
I don't know yet because I don't have access to it right now.
I mean, but you have access to a lot of their shit now.
Like, it's for me.
How often do you watch their Disney shit that's on Netflix? You just want to watch a copy of fucking Pocahontas 2.
I don't want that. I want.
That's what they got.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Like, if they pulled some of their like old shows, old Disney shows,
okay,
like Doug, like all the like DuckTales,
okay,
all the stuff that is basically just in vaults at this point. They put all that on it. I'd probably go.
Would you rewatch all that shit?
I'd watch some of them for sure. Sure, it's good background stuff.
I just don't.
I would. Like, that's the difference. You wouldn't. I would. I'd try it out for the first month for sure. If it's only $15, if I actually like it.
Only thing I'm gonna be sad to go is all that Marvel shit.
But like that's the thing. Like, will it go?
Just be like, I feel like watching Doctor Strange.
Will it go?
There.
Oh, you mean the movies?
Yeah.
Because this thing only talked about movies and not TV shows. So
but they said they're Disney's movies. I don't know if that includes Marvel's movies.
Right.
Even though
I think it might be like
brand.
Say Pirates.
Right.
Something that's just distributed by Disney straight.
Right. It just I don't know how likely that is, just because they still got the relationship with Marvel through the Netflix series, unless it's a thing like we're just gonna buy the series out and you have to watch it on. But I don't see that either because it's like violent shit. I can't see them being like it's on Disney streaming.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that one, I think is gonna remain in Netflix because that is not general rated. I think the most they'll go is like PG.
Right.
Although we don't know.
That's why I'm saying I wonder if it includes the Marvel movies.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know. Like, I have no idea how this streaming service is going to work now because of it. Because it's the name Disney. Do they want to keep it as clean as possible, or do they want to be like, no, we're Disney.
How much do you think it's going to be?
Depending what it is, I think easily between 10 and 20. They don't want to go more than what are the others, I suppose.
Yeah. What else we got?
All right. Well, last week, one of the things that we were going to talk about last week that we didn't was the first revealed images of Domino. Zazie Beetz, however you say her name. Zazie Beetz. Cool name.
Way cool.
They revealed her look of Domino in Deadpool 2. And
she's got the white eye.
Yeah.
See, if we thought about this earlier, we could have just
We could have. I forgot. Don't matter.
But anyway,
you've probably all seen it.
What do you think about that new look of hers?
It's pretty much
she's got the white eye.
It's pretty much what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was afraid of them doing that because I thought it would make her look like a puppy.
That's why they didn't do more dots.
Right.
Although there's memes going around already where they showed
make fun of it.
Yeah.
Typical interwebs.
Although technically, like, I'm looking at her skin tone. It's not super dark. She could have still had a black patch, and it would have been dark.
Yeah, but then I just know there would have been like, oh, they make a new character.
Make the hair white.
She's got a black eye.
That's what I was looking at. I was looking at her design though,
Right.
and I'm like, that the white around the eye is neat. They should have done something with the hair as well. I know it's still the fro, but like, let's do something like this. Something. It looked like it was missing something for me. But it's fine. I mean, it's gonna whatever. It's Deadpool.
She looks about as interesting as I already thought Domino's character was, which was not very. I've never really cared much about Domino. She's basically got the same power set as Black Cat, so I just feel like I like Black Cat better. If I am getting the same character in two different outfits, I choose the other one. But, you know, cool, I guess. I don't know if it's going to be a thing where she's working with Deadpool and his team, or if she's going to be like a counter to them.
To be honest, I don't even know who the villain of this movie is.
I don't either, but that's fine. I did hear rumors that it would be Strife. Or is it Strife?
Strife.
Something
Strife.
Like
That's
the bad guy version of Cable.
Wait, so we'll get 2 Cables in this film?
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Go it.
So they're doubling down literally on Brolin, if that's the case, and it also would make sense if that's why they're saving it. But I also heard about a character named like Blackjack something or other.
Black Tom Cassidy.
Black Tom Cassidy.
I have no idea who that is.
That's
the problem. That's the problem with that's my issue. My personal issue with Deadpool is that I like the character because he's funny and does whatever he wants, but I have no idea who he's like friends, he's villains, who he's related to in terms of like storyline and stuff.
Well,
other than like he knew he was part of the Weapon.
If you're gonna be true to Deadpool, he kind of moves all throughout the Marvel universe because he's a mercenary. He could be
absolutely he could be
after Doctor Strange, or he could be after anybody. Is kind of the nice thing about him. But he's over at Fox. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a secondary X-Men character as far as Fox is concerned. So they're going to give him a bunch of
made way much money.
Right. Which is why we get a Cable Deadpool.
Right.
But it's also why all the other characters are characters you've never fucking heard of.
That's true. But yeah, last week the photos of Zazie Beetz popped up, but and we didn't record it. But thankfully we didn't record it, and we got photos of Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
As Cable.
So I posted a thing about. So someone posted the pictures on my page after we had seen them previously. But it started a conversation. I don't know what it is about when I post shit on my page.
Best.
There's always a long ass dialogue.
It's hilarious because it's not your intention at all. It never is because you just like
I try and steer away from it.
You post because you're excited. It's almost like, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate with me. This is awesome. Let's go get drinks and eat some burgers. Mm-hmm. No, it's almost like, oh, check this out. Let's go point at it and tell her what's wrong and shit. Right. Or let's go to it and point why you're wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
but regardless,
he picks out.
It was a polarizing image.
Very.
Let's say that. What did you think of the Cable image that we saw? And the Cable images, because we've seen set pics now too.
We've seen set pics. The promo piece, I think it lacked the shoulder pad. Because we saw like somebody did an edit where it's just got a smallish shoulder pad. Automatically look more like Cable. Mm-hmm. Automatically. But then on some set photos he's got like that big poncho type thing around. Mm-hmm. Looks great. Right. I thought it looks great. Mm-hmm. Also, I think the gun that he was holding in the promo is the gun from that scene. So. Right.
The set pictures looked like he was holding the same thing. So if you had an issue with the gun,
then you're gonna have an issue with the gun. Yeah.
They put a bunch of shit together to give him a weird jalopy gun.
Hey, at least you know what? Credit to them, because in the books, Cable had massive, gigantic guns anyways.
Right.
So
for him to give him a large gun.
Right. It looks ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
I'm sure it'll look better in the movie.
Right. Once they add effects and stuff to it.
Also, for my friends that know a lot about guns, you might not like it, but most people have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
All I know is that if there's a trigger...
Yeah, so they'll just see a big gun with a bunch of stuff on it, and they go, that's what Cable looks like.
Based on what you'd seen already, is there anything that you'd want to improve upon that?
I think they should have fully made his hair white instead of just, like, dark with one gray streak in it.
I guess.
Which is fine. That's kind of what he looked like in his original appearance. He kind of had dark hair with a silver bit. But I'm used to Cable now, where his hair is stark white,
super wild.
Yeah, and I think it sucks that they always don't commit to the white hair. That, like, we should have had white hair of Fassbender by now if he's going to continue to be Magneto. If they can have bald Xavier on McAvoy, why can't we have white hair Magneto?
Right. I mean,
it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. The white hair Magneto is something that's the actors would probably look great in as well. Like, it's not white because he's old. Right. It's white because it's just always been white. Also with Cable, get the white. I'm sure he's got silver streaks. I'm sure
he's got one. Yeah. He's got a
skunk. His hair is interesting. Yeah. He's got that. But.
And we didn't talk about it yet. I still think. Well, maybe we did. I don't remember. Did we talk about my he is Wade theory?
I don't know if we did, but there's no harm in bringing it back up.
So with Cable, just purely speculating based on his haircut.
You typed it out.
Did I type it out?
Yeah, you didn't. We didn't record that.
Purely speculating based on his haircut. Yeah. I had assumed that maybe they were doing a thing like they did in the Ultimate Comics, where Wolverine was the future turned into Cable in an alternate future. So I very much wonder if it's going to be a thing where, like, Deadpool, Wade Wilson in an alternate future became Cable and is now, like, harboring this baby, the shepherd that's supposed to be the Messiah.
Because there's like the talk of Hope being the primary aspect of the story is getting stronger and stronger. And plus, especially on his outfit, he's got that teddy bear on his side. I'm like, why you got that, dude? It's too random.
He's not going to have the teddy bear for Hope if she's 17 or whatever.
Yeah, unless. Again, because these Deadpool films, they're comic book movies, which isn't a genre, which is just a subject matter, but it's action comedy. That could be part of the comedy in which he doesn't actually get her the right time, or he didn't time it well, and she is an adult, or he's an adult, or whatever, or they can do something.
But I just feel like having that teddy bear there was very much there to tell us something about the story. And I feel like it's going to be the one of the more iconic images of Cable recently is him with the baby strapped to his chest, like Hangover style. You know, his big hulking armor and big giant gun, and then a tiny infant strapped to him.
You think they'll do the tiny infant strap to him?
I think they're gonna, dude. I think they're gonna. I think there's gonna maybe they'll be smarter and they're not gonna put it on his chest because then you've got a baby as a target.
Maybe on his back.
But maybe a thing where it's on his back or in a
that would look
protective
cool,
thing.
Man. Yeah. He's just kind of with his gigantic
I can
guns.
totally see that happening. Them doing like a Wolf and Cub thing with Cable and Hope, and then and maybe Domino is an opposing.
And you've got Deadpool being fucking Deadpool.
Right.
But I have no idea what the direction of the second film is going to be since the writers have left. Right, the writers left originally, right? Or was the writers that stuck and the directors?
The writers stuck. The director moved on to other things, unfortunately. But now they've got the director. One of the directors from John Wick is helming it now. So here's hoping. At least we know the action will be cool. I think it's the same guy who directed Atomic Blonde, which we still haven't seen.
Right.
I think he's the one that's directed
it. Well, hopefully, direction-wise, I'm sure he's fine because we've seen it, and that's good. Right. Story-wise, I hope the story's good. Though.
I hope the story's good. Yeah. I've heard it's funny. That's what I keep hearing.
I hope the visuals also match the quality that the first one. Maybe more, even. Who knows? They made enough money.
For sure.
You know, to have the right to do that.
What else we got?
That was the last one listed, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, no. But I just got this. He will, Chris Pratt will still make that Cowboy Ninja Viking movie. Did you hear about that? I know it was talked about years ago, before he was when he was just cast as Star-Lord, before he was even in Jurassic World. He was already in talks to play the titular character in Cowboy Ninja Viking, where it's a world where they get like 3 individual things. Like there's only one Cowboy Ninja Viking, but there's other combinations.
Right.
It's random shit.
Sounds weird, but I am looking forward to seeing it.
Speaking of that, because that's not a Marvel or DC. We don't have anything written, but I was just going to bring it up. How do you feel about like other comic book properties or whatever properties being turned into films, and what would you like to see turned into a film?
I love the idea of doing it. It doesn't seem like
it
guarantees success, though.
Right.
Because we've seen 2 very recently basically made no money.
Which
with
ones?
Atomic Blonde.
Is that based on a comic?
Yeah, and Valerian, which made not anything compared to what they spent to do it.
Oh, no.
But it's still supposed to open in France, right? Which it hasn't done.
I don't know.
As far as I know, they haven't got it in France yet. And
I'm not sure if Japan
they're waiting
has
for
it
that
either,
opening
yeah.
to see how it does.
We'll see. I don't think they'll make. They won't make too much.
From talking to those French artists on
know.
Twitch, the way they were responding to it,
No.
I don't think it's going to do very
they
well.
don't
But
want
we'll
that.
see.
But you know what? What would you want to see?
I want to see Crimson.
Wait, because I know they're making
Because
what's that
would
Valiant movies?
They're going to
They're
make
doing
Valiant
that,
movies.
so that's I don't know.
And
anything
somebody
about
else, somebody recently just signed on to play Bloodshot.
Oh snap! I heard about this.
Yeah, I can't remember who it
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's somebody well known.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Bloodshot.
I can't remember now, but I know I heard about it.
I heard about this. Okay, it's only a wish list. Oh wait, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, that's right.
Because it was random and weird.
But do you think that means they're done with Joker in the DCEU,
I
or
don't
they're
know.
just going to have a new Joker after this Flashpoint thing?
I think they're gonna try and fix shit with Flashpoint. Honestly, it looks like because it's the most because they know they want to do Flash movie, right? And since essentially, like, are they gonna bother with Cyborg's film at this point? Or no? Because if they do this Flash thing, they can still do a Cyborg movie. It takes place obviously in this new universe they created, where you can have the Titans, and they can do all these things, which obviously
I think that is a possibility. We know we're getting a Nightwing and a Batgirl,
right? But that could take place after Flashpoint,
right?
Which the world is a little bit more not as dark and all that type of stuff, but Flashpoint.
What other comic book properties would you like to see turned into a movie?
Something that hasn't been done before, right?
I really want Crimson
Preferably.
because to me, when I
That would make
first
sense.
read Crimson,
Would you prefer that as a movie though, or like an HBO show series?
I think as a movie because I think that the story is self-contained enough to just do it as a movie, and you could cut out some of the filler stuff. Like some of it might be tough. I don't know how much you would be able to get into like Scarlet X and her whole
I was gonna say, yeah.
I can imagine her being a character in it.
Yes,
but I don't know if you would go to see her whole clan.
But
and see
I don't
them
think you
fight
have
all
to,
the
because
werewolves and
technically,
shit.
because the book is perfect. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It worked perfectly for the 24 issues because while you were following one primary story, every other character you got to see their story as they would interact with the main story.
Right.
Essentially, for this film, they would just follow that main story. You get hints of backgrounds of some of the side characters, some of the supporting cast, but it's really all about the main guy you're following.
Yeah, I think they could do even if they were going to do a series, I wouldn't want it to be an ongoing because it's only 24 issues. It has a definitive.
Unless they say one season. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like do like a Game of Thrones style 10 episodes, and just do it all in 10 episodes because it's only a 24 issue book.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could get enough content.
12 episodes even. Do a whole Netflix season.
Yeah, I would totally be fine with that shit. I would love it.
Comic. Obviously, we already.
Danger Girl still would be a good movie.
I would love Danger Girl as a movie because it's not even. Because while reading it, it felt like he was essentially drawing the movie out.
Right.
I think almost maybe even 2-3 movies because there was like different arts, and I still reread that because it's still excellent.
I think it could be a more fun version and a more current version of kind of like when we got the Charlie's Angels reboot.
Better version.
Yeah, but it could be a lot better and a lot more adult themed because Campbell's stuff was all like cheesecake.
But think of like what we can do already, like what spy films and stuff are like. We got Kingsman.
Right.
So
see, I think a Kingsman tone,
a female Kingsman tone
for Danger Girl would be fucking incredible.
That'd be excellent. That would be excellent. We obviously already did like that Invincible thing a couple episodes back.
And that's happening.
That's happening. That's right. That is happening. There's no word yet about who's it's bonkers. It's the guys who are doing what is that? Preacher. So it's those dudes.
Would you watch a Black Sad movie?
Oh, that's weird.
Because if they 3D animated it like a Pixar type deal.
Yes. Oh, yes. Like if they did it like
Zootopia.
If they did it a little like a serious Zootopia,
right.
That would be dope.
Noir
yeah,
Zootopia. Basically.
Yeah, dude. Give me that. Like high budget CG. Absolutely. It might go over people's head, but because they might go, why is this cartoon like not for kids? You know. Mm-hmm. So you'll get a lot of people on the internet
going
like blah blah.
Humping and stuff in black.
Oh yeah, it's adult. It's basically it's a noir tale that just happens to, star anthropomorphic characters. I don't know, it's tricky. Like, what comics?
A lot of the ones I want to see are stuff they're actually going to do. Because I was like, oh, Nemesis would be tight, but they said they're going to do that.
Right.
Who was it? The mic left. Hold up. Oh.
Lamp too.
I've got the lamp in my hand.
Sorry about that, guys. We're not editing this.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay,
That must have been loud.
Maybe. I don't know. Hope you're alright. But anyway, what was the company that bought Mark Millar's thing?
Netflix. Millar World.
Right. So, I wonder...
Oh, is that what it's going to be on?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
So I'm wondering if that's going to be
a Netflix movie, dude.
Movies, or if they're going to do series.
I thought the movies,
like
because
the Marvel series.
Those Netflix movies, some of them can look actually pretty dope. Like that Bright looks decent.
Right.
We got Death Note coming out end of this month, which looks decent. At least to me, it does.
If they do a Netflix series kind of thing, like they did for Marvel, but for Millar World.
From Millar World.
We could get a Nemesis series. Do you think they would bring back Kick-Ass as a series?
I prefer it.
I'm wondering if it would work better, if it would be.
I might prefer it. Like they could. I don't know though.
It'd be tough to
top it. Also to top it. Yeah. Oh, Hiko they can recast. They'll find an unknown. It'll be way cooler because she's probably gonna be smaller.
Right. Get that girl from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, dude. Problem would be how can you replace Nicolas Cage?
Right.
You can't. Unless they get him.
Right. Well, he ain't doing shit.
No, he ain't doing that. Yeah, the Millar World, I think films would be interesting because that way they can separate themselves from the Netflix Marvel shows. Mm-hmm. But you just think of the comics, like, it'd be interesting to see, like, Skydoll.
Skydoll would be interesting.
I know it's random, but we're doing sci-fi stuff.
I just feel like for sure it would make $0. It's another French sci-fi thing.
But if... Like, me saying that, I want a European production just to do it. Do their own stuff. I've seen a lot of short films from there. They're bloody amazing.
Do it as a short film then.
Whatever, just make it though, is what I'm saying, make it.
What else besides Skydoll?
Comics or manga too?
I think they should bring back Guyver, honestly.
Manga too?
I'd like, because as dope as the old Guyver
a new Guyver would be amazing.
A new Guyver would be
because essentially it's like, think of it as an Iron Man suit, but an alien
What if they got the Raid guys to make a Guyver movie? They're like, we'll spend a bunch of money on the suits, but we're going to do it practical like the old movie. So you guys just choreograph fights but use these fucking suits.
So they have to wear the suits? How about if you just mocap?
No, fuck that.
You're done with mocap.
Cause it's not necessary.
It isn't. It really isn't. The old Guyver was amazing.
If you're gonna get the Raid guys to do it, let them fight on a set with a real suit on. Why not?
That'd be good. Just remake the first one.
If they could do it in the 90s, they've got to be able to do it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. If you can do it then, you got.
And the Guyver suit looked sick in the old movie.
So you have to top that, and that thing is like 30 years old, almost 30 years old.
I'm sure they can. You can get a lot of those shots in frame now of like the headpiece opening up and fucking steam shooting out of his head. You can do all that in one shot now. You don't have to cut to a special helmet to do that. I'm sure of it because the cosplayer people can do it. I'm positive these movie motherfuckers with hella money can do it.
With budgets.
And cosplayers can do insane crap now.
That's true.
So there's no excuse. Make a dope Guyver movie. Make a legit Ninja Turtles movie. Something.
Turtles, I think.
Make a Dragon Ball Z movie that's a Dragon Ball Z movie, not that garbage evolution crap. Make Z. Start from Z.
How about things that doesn't exist yet?
That doesn't exist yet.
They made Dragon Ball.
Fucking
it was a name still, is what I'm saying. Like something that hasn't even used the name of something.
No, give me a Dragon Ball movie.
Obviously.
Do it like Advent Children.
Guyver would be dope. I want a space adventure because I want a space adventure Cobra.
Make a Silverhawks movie.
Thundercats? You think they can still do Thundercats?
No.
It's
But
too
you
weird.
can do Silverhawks because nobody's going to try and fap to a Silverhawks movie. Well, they will, but not for furry reasons. It'll look dope because you'll have like chromed out dudes and a little kid that's like makes dolphin noises. I'm down for that.
You think it'll do well?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it would. Put Chris Pratt in it. That's how you make money.
Just put Chris. It's weird, but it's true. It's weird, but it's true. It's like let's put him in a film.
It's not completely true.
It's not completely.
That Magnificent Seven or whatever didn't make any.
He was a main character.
So he was still in it. And
Right.
that movie he made with Jennifer Lawrence where they go to space and sleep.
Still made money. Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
That movie didn't make no money either.
Well, I guess no one's untouchable.
No one's untouchable, but come on, he's pretty touchable. I mean, as far as like people want to touch him, and that makes you money. So why not?
They tried a Power Rangers movie.
They did, but they also spent the last half hour talking about fucking Krispy Kreme, so it was never gonna work.
Right. They should have mighty Krispy Kreme.
Because seriously, dude,
so.
up until that point, I was pretty sold.
You were
I
in
was
it,
like,
yeah, you
all
were
right,
in.
cool, we're doing a legit Power Rangers movie. You're trying real hard. That's cool. And then they were like, oh, Krispy Kreme. Get the fuck out of my face. Rita Repulsa talking about Krispy Kreme donuts.
That's when you know that
the entire third act revolved around a Krispy Kreme.
But that's why you know. That's when you know product
me.
placement is killing shit.
Yeah, but there's an okay way
in a
to
bad
do
way.
it,
Of course, there's an
and
okay way.
a terrible way to do it.
What's
For example,
examples of an okay way?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out right around the same time, and they had a product placement in there. Do you know what it was for? Exactly, motherfucker. You don't.
But then is that bad?
But they did the same thing because it revolved around a shop that he went to. He put a plant behind that shop. Then they cut to 30 years later and how different the shop looks, and the plant grows out of it and turns into all that shit.
Did it work? Did the product placement work? Because I don't remember it.
Yes, because it was part of the story. People who saw that thing and wanted to go, like, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going to go to a Dunkin' Donuts. So that's what you mean. In
terms of, like, it works for you then, but it's not something that you remember because it ruins something.
It should be invisible. It should be subliminal. I knew it was there. I saw it happen. I saw that old store. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But they didn't go, oh, look at that store. Do you see the name of that store? We've all talked about that store. You want to revolve the whole last thing about that store?
You want to go buy something in that store?
If every character has to say the word Krispy Kreme, you did it wrong. Is all I'm saying.
So Manus still did it okay with IHOP.
Yes, it was blatant. It was because you seen it very strongly.
But their sign is gigantic.
But they didn't go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the IHOP! Right? Come on, that shit was garbage.
That would be amazing though.
But that's what they did. In Power Rangers.
they botched it. Turtles didn't even do it. I don't think.
Not to that degree, but you did see like a pizza box, I think, when they were doing like the 3D into the camera.
Yeah. I know Transformers is horrible with it.
Constantly. I think in one of them they had an Xbox 360 turn into a robot. Like zoom in on a 360 turn into a robot. A vending machine. Yeah.
But I mean, like in that one film where he goes to Hong Kong and drinks the Chinese and drinks that milk.
Right.
Like,
but did they say the name of it out loud?
But it was no, because he probably couldn't say it.
This milk is the best milk I've ever seen.
But he would. The fact that he had a scene that lasted almost a minute of him drinking.
It's blatant.
That's weird. It's just weird.
It's blatant.
That film is weird.
But they didn't talk about it.
So it's when the characters start mentioning it.
That's not when it is. That's not the only line on when it's terrible. There's lots of ways you could make it terrible. Yeah. But to me, the blatant product placement where you don't talk about it is easier to swallow than
because I'll forget about it.
When they literally talked about it for the last 20 minutes of the movie.
When the villain mentions it,
they literally did a hard cut to the inside of a Krispy Kreme that they're all destroying shit around to watch Rita go, Krispy Kreme is delightful, and then she ate some, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Why didn't want Krispy Kreme after that?
Did they run out of money part way? And that was all they
probably paid for half the film.
It's insane, dude.
They probably paid for half the film.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Was it worth it, Power Rangers? Because now you're not making more, and you thought you were going to make more.
That sucks for them.
But anyway.
That is unfortunate.
So yeah, on that note,
I think
I think that we'll call it there.
That was a good, nice short episode.
Yeah. So yeah. Until the next one, guys. Stay Chipper Chaps. Also, before we Chipper Chaps out, write us in. What do you guys want us to talk about on the next episode? We'll try and slide it in with all the other stuff.
Could be like something like last week's episode where we just kind of did the what is it? Pros and cons kind of thing. FIFA.
Yeah, over under
type stuff. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
We've
that
got some other questions and stuff as well. I do want to incorporate some drawing again into the podcast.
We're gonna try and squeeze something in the next couple of weeks. Maybe for another couple of weeks, but we're gonna try and we'll probably end up getting to 100.
What's the Sailor Moon look like?
There's a couple, I guess.
Like that or something?
I don't know. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. Anyway, till the next one, guys. Stay Chipper Chat. Oh, I should play the goodbye song.
Oh, yeah.
And here we go.
Oh, we can't. We can upload this.
Yep.
No, you can't upload this song.
Why?
Because if we upload this to YouTube, we might get in trouble.
It's already on YouTube.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. We can
and
still get taken down.
It has visual things on top of it.
We can still get taken down.
In the worst case scenario is they take it down and then nobody knows how we feel about cable.
I guess. That still sucks. That still sucks. Go ahead and like that one.
I've talked about it too much now.
It's FooRay and Chamba, the two hosts. If I may, I'm thinking that you chose the best thing. If you like them nerd shows and all of these movies. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat.